Hey, we're back. It's the How To Homemaker here, and it is gardening season. Now, I don't know if you guys have figured this out about me yet or not, but I'm kind of cheap and I like to save my money, and so I prefer to buy seeds rather than plants. So, what my video today is going to be about is planning out your garden and then putting your seeds into a little mini greenhouse that you can get from, well, I got mine from a Canadian Tire, but I'm sure you can get them at a Walmart. Everybody has Walmarts. Any sort of place like that though, and then anywhere where you can buy seeds. You can get seeds at the dollar store, just so you know. But you get your seeds, get everything together, and come back to the video and I will show you how to put everything in here. And that's basically all you have to know for now. So yeah, stay tuned to the video and we'll figure this out together. Okay, so to start with, I have got this Jiffy greenhouse, professional greenhouse that you can start your own seeds in-house with. I've got the water ready to go. I've already read the back. I need 5 1/4 cups of water. It says to just slowly add the water. I can see why the pellets are rising up because they're not soaking in the moisture right away. So yeah, we'll just slowly add that and watch our pellets expand. Okay, let that soak up a bit. So when you're starting your garden, no matter where you are, I'm in an apartment right now, so what you should do is draw a map of your garden. This is what my map looks like. I've got a big planter that I made for myself, and then a couple shelves with some pots on it, and then a small shelf with 2 little pots, and then 3 large black planters. So I can plan what I want to plant just by looking at this, or just by knowing what you have. But it's always good to have a map, because especially if you've never grown anything before, because the plants will start to grow and you won't know what's what. Just trust me. If you're planting more than 5 things, just label everything. It's a better idea. Also, you want to draw a map of your seed tray. Oh, something I forgot, but I will go and grab pretty quick here. Draw a map of what seeds you put where, because again, things will get turned around and you're going to lose what seeds were where, especially from seedlings. Most of them look very, very similar, especially the first or second time you've been growing things. So I don't know if you guys can, I should make sure you guys can see the Jiffy pods here, but they're slowly expanding. It says on the instructions to stop putting the water in once they stop growing, pretty much. So we'll just do that again slowly. Okay, so again, I'm going to plan out what I want to do in my big planter. Is I want to circulate a lot of lettuce and kale this year, and things like that you really don't need to plant ahead of time. Something that you should know, the backs of all of your seed packets will have ways for you to, and things for you to do, when to plant your seeds, when to put them outside, when to blah, blah, blah. There's so much information there. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of oregano. I made this seed box a couple years ago. I was doing a job for doing some trim. Oh, I've got spearmint. You can get, yeah, these are peas in a pot. They are supposed to be able to grow in an apartment setting. So sage, summer savory. There's some more peas. I'm going to try also this year to soak my pea seeds before planting them, because apparently that does really well. Oh, I do want a couple flowers this year. So yeah, basically, like I said, you just plan what you want to have. Now I've got some seed packets on the go. You can go in, like, it's easier if you don't have any to choose from. You can just go to the store and get what you want, according to what map you have, what you have room for, I should say. So now I am going to plan, sorry, I'm just concentrating so I don't spill this everywhere, make a muddy mess on my table here. Yeah, that's about it. It says also in the instructions that if there's excess water to just dump it off, so that's fine. So you write down what you want in here, and then you transfer these names of what you're going to plant to over here. And then depending on how much room you have, again, I actually have 6 by 6, so there's 72 in there, I think. And that is too much, really, but sometimes your seedlings don't always live, so it's good to plant extra because seeds are, well, they are kind of expensive, but if you think about it in the whole, it's a lot better. Anyways, so I will just quickly fill this in for you guys. I'll probably speed this part up just so you don't have to listen to me ramble. But that's basically what I'm doing, is taking the seeds that I want, putting them on here, and then I'll transfer them to over here. Oh, and the thing that I forgot to tell you guys, a lot of these seed containers look exactly the same. Like it's a perfect square, it's got 6 and 6, so it's really hard to distinguish what goes where. So take a little piece of tape and put it in one corner and mark on your map where the tape is, and that way you'll always know what orientation everything is, because this is going to be in your house for a couple months now. So yeah, do that, because it does make the process so you don't lose what you've already done, all the work that you've done. Oh, and then I should, before I speed the video up here, when it gets to this point, when they're all full like that, and you're about to put the seeds in, a good thing to do is just to go over all of them and open them up like this. And then what I do to plant them is I just kind of make a little thing with my finger, so that when I put the seeds in, all I have to do is kind of close it up again, and then it just keeps everything nice and protected. So yeah, I will speed the video up at this point. I will fill in this page, and probably also this page, and then I'll slow it down to transfer the seeds into here. So here we go. So that's the smartest way that I know how to plant a garden, and it's just easy peasy from here. You just put your seeds in the packets, where you decided already that they need to go, that's where you put them, and then that's it. You want to make sure that when you put them in there, I thought this was open already. I'm usually better than that. So yeah, here we go. I've got these little munchkin sunflowers. They're actually pretty cute. They don't yield any seeds, but they're these tiny little sunflowers. They're good presents, really. So yeah, you just put them in the dirt, and then that little hole that you made, you kind of just make it fall in on itself like that, so it's covered nicely. Kind of put the netting back over top if you can. Just a little bit. It's just a little something I like to do to keep it, because it's all going to grow now, no matter what you do anyway. So, well, I shouldn't say that. Make sure these get sun and water. So that is about it. I'll do a couple more and still chat with you guys about this. Oh, when you're done, you put the lid back on, and I believe you put it in a sunny location. I'll have to double check for you guys. I can't remember. I've done this 3 or 4 years now, but there's just some things that don't always stick. Put a couple seeds in each one. Sometimes, as you can see, the seeds are very tiny, and so just put a couple in each one. You know, you don't have to count out that it only has room for however many it says on the back of the package. Just do it. Whatever will grow, and what will die will die. It's not something you should really stress out about. I don't think, anyways. If you want to count your seeds out, that's your business. So I've got 2 lavender ones now, because that's what I've marked out on my little grid here. Did you look at the thing?
1 and sunlight.
Oh, okay. So yeah, breaking news. You cover this up and you leave it all obviously inside your house because it's your little personal greenhouse, but you put it in the sunlight until the plants start to grow, and then at that point you oh crap, I don't think I put a space for my chives. At that point, after they grow, you kind of crack the lid like you would take the lid off. I put the lid under here. So you would have the lid on until the seeds start to grow, and then you take them off and you kind of still just do that, so it keeps the greenhouse effect on the inside of the little area here. And then once the seedlings start to grow, you just toss the lid all together. So there's that little bit of information that you need to know if you're doing this. Yeah, I don't think I made a spot for my chives. I was thinking chives, I think that they can be planted. Yeah, they can be planted outside. It's the green onions that need to go in here, and I did put a spot for those somewhere. Oh yeah, cat grass. I always put a thing of cat grass out for my cat, and it helps her to not go after the rest of the plants because she knows that this is hers. So it's always the same container every year. I don't know if you can see it from there. It's in pen this time and not pencil, but this is her little cat grass trough that I have for her. So yeah, there's that. And I'm just trying to think of any other information that you guys need to know before I speed the video back up. It's really that simple. We had a bit of a miscommunication mid-film there. So when you guys have your seeds all ready to go and the lid's on, do not put it in direct sunlight. That's what the instructions say. You can read the instructions for yourself when you get your own. Do that. Don't do exactly what I say. But for what we have right now, it says to not put it in direct sunlight, and then when the plants start to grow, that's when you take the lid off and put it to the side like that, because plants need the oxygen, but you still want to have the greenhouse effect in the inside of the plastic. So let the new oxygen come in, but you know, let the greenhouse do its job. And then once the plants get too big, you just take the lid off and throw it away. So there's that. And yeah, the next video that I make is going to be on transplanting, so taking all of your seedlings and putting it into pots or putting it into the ground, whatever space that you have to work with. I'll show you how to do that as easy and best as I know how. And yeah, the only thing I can say is just maybe get a little blank notebook and have it as your gardening journal, and that way every year that you learn new things about your garden, you can write them down and essentially just be your own teacher on this process. My job is not to teach you how to garden, but it's to get you out there gardening so you can learn, because it's all situational as well. If you've never gardened before and you live in the very far north, they have a very short growing season, but they have the best carrots I've ever had in my whole entire life. It was like candy. I ate a 5-pound bag in like one trip, not one sitting, but but they were delicious. And so wherever you are, it's going to be, you're going to make your own notes and you're going to make your own decisions as to what you want to plant and where you want to plant it and how much root space you need. And things like that. And I'm just here to get you going. So that's that. That's the process. And yeah, everybody makes mistakes. What matters in life is what you do about it. So I'm going to sign out now, and happy gardening. We'll see you next time.